evening and welcome to the Refs Roundtable. Tonight, Jam and Jake Hudson, it's all yours, baby. This is your maiden voyage, your first time out.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome
excuse me. We don't say what is up. We don't say what is up. This is a professional broadcast. We're not on Jake's Monday night Jake on, hey, it's your boy Jake. No, we don't do that. We say, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jam and Jake Hudson. Tell them who you are, Jake.
Good evening, guys. It is your boy.
It's not your boy Jake.
Jam and Jake with
I love this
the
kid.
owner, the founder, the greatest of all time in professional wrestling, Angelo, Mad Dog DeCipio.
Well, brother, I'm gonna tell you what. We actually have a guest on the show tonight, and she's trying to get through.
Yeah.
Her name is Lori Burton. She is Granny Hulkster from KENS Radio in Fargo, North Dakota. She works with our friend, the Icon. And she's trying to come through here.
Yeah.
As soon as we get Granny in here, I hope we get Granny.
She lives in Arkansas. By the way, the last time she was on, you said that she lived in North Dakota.
Well, the station's in North Dakota. I didn't know Granny. Jake, I didn't know she lived in like Arkansas. But let's talk about. Let's say, Jake, this is your first time out, so let's talk about, whether you're nervous tonight. Are you? Prepared to?
I've been going through the format. I've been going through the format because we said we had to keep it under a certain time. You said a certain time.
I think we pretty well. I think we basically said, well, the hell with that. We're going to go as long as we want, right?
Yeah. One of the things that I've heard, the one thing I heard is they a lot of the Sports Kita people are doing like their end of the year thing, and it's February.
Okay, and so I don't know what that means, and there are a lot of people.
End of the year awards.
Well, you have to back up, Jake. There are a lot of people who don't know what you're talking about when you say the Sportita people. They don't understand what that is. I don't understand what that is.
Millions in the
tell
chat.
Everybody, hold on. Tell everybody what that is.
Sports
and why is it important, and should I give a shit or not?
Sports Kita is a wrestling thing where they do like the Raw review, SmackDown review. They even have on the SmackDown review they have a Dutch Mantel and somebody that you don't even like.
Who?
KB.
Kenny Bolin? You're allowed to say Kenny Bolin. I don't know if you know this or not, but I know Kenny Bolin and I like Kenny. So, you don't have to say KB.
Amelia's in the chat.
Hi, Amelia. Amelia, by the way, is off tonight. She's got the night off. Hey, she is. Hello, Jim. You're doing great. We try to do as well as we can. I'm at a handicap tonight because Jake is hosting the show, and you're not here, Amelia. But you'll be. By the way, Amelia's off tonight. She will be back with us on Thursday, along with Jimmy Phillips Jr., who was here previously. And we are going to do, Jake, we're going to do a special show on Texas wrestling. And Amelia and Jimmy know a lot about wrestling in Texas. So if we can, and I'm sure, Amelia, are you home tonight, Amelia? Just give me a heads up if you are. Or working on that. I'm not sure where she's at. But I see you in the chat here. But Amelia is a co-host of the show. She is a treasured member of the team. Hey, Trayvon is here. Now let me tell everybody who this gentleman is. Trayvon Inman Sanford is a very, very close friend. He was very close buds with Jeff the Ref Robinson.
Yeah.
Jeff, of course, is the person that the Refs Roundtable is named after, and Trey is one of Jeff's homies. He's one of the the original Refs crew. He's a great guy. He's a friend of mine as well. And Amelia's home. All right, Amelia. Hang out there for a minute. We'll be with you. But Trey is a really great guy. He's a friend of Jeff the Ref. I'd like to, I want to ask Travis. He's in the chat room tonight. What do you think of this tribute to the Ref? You think Jeff would be proud of what we're doing for him? I hope so. I hope that we're doing justice to the Ref. Let me see who else we got here. Oh, Sportkita came out of nowhere. So Kickflip, tell me, what do you know about Sportkita? I never heard of this stuff. This is like something that came out of like left field, man.
He would be beyond proud.
Oh man, beautiful. Yeah, Jeff the Ref passed away 2 years ago this month. In fact, at the end of this month, it'll be 2 years that he's gone. I can't even believe it's that long.
Yeah.
But he was a real dear friend. He was my first co-host on the show, and I missed him. He was a great guy. But we have to continue. We have to go on. And so Kick Clip says it's a wrestling news source like What Culture and Wrestle Talk. So that's what Sportkita is. Okay.
Also Cultaholic, if you're thinking about those guys.
Okay. So here's the thing then. We have to figure out, like, are they a beneficial and reliable source for information from India? Oh, Jesus, from India. You lost me already. It's a company from India that has a ton of wrestling, cricket. Oh. Some rich Indian guy started. Imagine that, dishwasher. Imagine that, bro.
Yeah. Oh, I got some news for you. If you want to talk wrestling. They are moving the Elimination Chamber to Saudi Arabia.
Good for them. Good for them. Something else I could give two shits about.
Are you going to send Amelia a link?
Send Amelia a link. Is that what she wants? She wants a link?
She's at home. She says she's at home.
Oh.
And since we're
well, I can't send her a link at home. She's at home. So here's the thing then. Let's talk a little bit about this. So Sportkita is a company started by a rich Indian guy that popped out of nowhere. What now, Jake? What is it that they're trying to do? What are they trying to accomplish?
What they're trying to do is they're trying to basically they're like the AEW equivalent to wrestling news show.
Okay, so explain this to me. I'm not following you here.
AEW, they came out of nowhere.
Well, then no, they didn't come out of nowhere. They came out of a couple of other sources. They came out of NWA, and they came out of Ring of Honor, and they came out of several other sources of wrestling. Hey, Schmidt's here.
Chris Schmitz.
Hello, Schmitty. How are you, brother? So, Jake, you got to fill me in here. Like, what's going on? What's the deal with this company?
I'm actually I'm trying to think about it.
Okay, so let's talk about wrestling then. Apparently,
that ain't Chris Schmidt. That's a fake.
Jake, forget the chat room. Leave the chat room alone.
Right.
We're not talking to the chat room right now. I'm talking to you. That I
Oh,
have to get you to focus, brother. I really got to get you to focus. Um, Understand something, okay? The world of professional wrestling is in deep trouble,
yeah,
okay? It's not getting better. And I hear names like Sportskeeda, and I hear people coming out of nowhere throwing big money into wrestling and failing and
yeah,
trying to be the next Vince. First of all, let's be real clear. There is no next Vince, okay? There's only one Vince. When he dies, it's done, okay? It's over when Vince dies. Then somebody else takes over, all
yeah,
right?
yes,
But let's be real clear about something. Wrestling sucks today. It blows a big one. And nobody's making it better. I'll tell you who I give credit to. I give credit to all the independent wrestlers that are working today, that are
DCW, Rocky
busting their
Mountain
ass.
Pro, DCW out of Utah.
Say again?
Devotion Championship Wrestling out of Utah.
Devotion Championship Wrestling out of Utah.
Many
Interest.
lemons. We have had Tombstone Jesus on our show.
Okay.
He wrestled there. DCW.
Okay.
Rocky Mountain Pro out of Colorado is a good indie company to
Okay.
watch.
So what does that mean to me?
You were talking about indie companies. I was naming a few indie
That's one indie company. One.
two. DCW is also an indie company.
Okay. So understand
We
something.
have
There are right now in the United States, there are 77,000 wrestling companies. Okay?
wow.
70. I'm not making this number up. Go on Google and look it up. There are 77,000 wrestling companies just in the US alone. And they're all doing wrestling. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, somebody is either making a lot of money or they're losing a lot of money
Yeah.
on wrestling. You know? So it's got to be one or the other. What is it? I don't know. Are they making money? Are they losing money? Does anybody give a shit? Do people not care?
I see people all the time. I see a lot of these people starting up these backyard leagues.
Well, now, Kickflip has an interesting point. Everybody's jumping on the wrestling war with WWE and AEW, and people know that Khan has tens of billions of dollars. That's a fact. He's got more money than Vince. That's a fact. That's not in dispute. Even Vince knows it. Okay? Even Vince knows it. So, what do? Do you try to beat the big dog or do you just try to be the best you can be? What do you say, Jake?
Here's the thing. The people who
Go ahead, Jake.
the people who got more money than brains. They're OVW does they do development for his own.
Well, Dishwasher says WWE is the only ones making money allegedly. I highly doubt that. In fact, I call bullshit on that. They're making money, but not on wrestling. WWE, the company, is making money on wrestling, but they're not making money on live events, on pay-per-views. They're making money from wrestling from their library. That's all they have. That all they have is their library. They have nothing else. Jake, forget the chat, Jake. I'll shut
Mr.
this show down. I'm serious. I'll
All
shut it down
right.
now. I'm not in a mood. So now, here's the thing. You know, it's like, where do I want to go with this? It's like anybody that's got a couple of dollars to throw around thinks they
Yeah.
can run a wrestling company. And it's not going to happen. There's only one guy making money, and that's Vince, but it's not from wrestling. It's from all the other companies that he owns. He's got a film studio, he's got a recording studio, he's got a fucking vast, incredibly vast library of the largest wrestling video library on the planet is
Yes.
owned by WWE. Okay? That's where he's making money from. But it's not from wrestling. Tony Khan, on the other hand, is making money from wrestling, but that's not enough. That's always been my point with everybody. You cannot rely on wrestling alone to make money, especially when you've got companies that are vying for everybody's dollar. The independent, so all 77,000 of them, these
Yeah.
independent companies, 77,000 independent wrestling promotions in the U.S. alone. Google it if you think I'm playing.
No, I
Google it,
don't. No, I don't think you're playing.
okay? And that goes for anybody watching. Every one of those independent companies, from Devotion Championship Wrestling in Utah till, Empire Wrestling, to Dog Pro, to NWA Jersey, to whatever the fuck you want to call them.
SWF.
Yeah, and that's my point, is they're all over the place. House of Hardcore, House of Glory. Oh Jesus. Let's see.
That Pro Wrestling After Dark out of New Jersey.
There you go. Thank you. Okay,
Yeah.
and I live in New Jersey and didn't know who the fuck they were. Okay.
Jennifer Lopez mentioned the owner of Pro Wrestling After Dark,
Yeah,
Chad Mons.
and I don't know who he is. But here's the thing. It's a simple prospect. Wrestling has to get better, or they're going to do what they did some years ago. They're going to lose an entire genre of people. Karen McDaniel has an interesting point. New fans can see it the way it was on YouTube and Peacock. Can't compare that and never will. You're absolutely right, Karen. You can't compare today's wrestling to the glory days when Wahoo. By the way, Karen was a guest on the show like 5 times already. I love Karen McDaniel. She's an amazing, and I got my book. Thank you, Karen. I got my book. But she's right. You'll never see wrestling like that again, Jake. And people want to know why I get so angry, why I get so pissed off. I do get pissed off. I get pissed off because I like good wrestling.
GCW is a good company.
And this is not good wrestling.
I would rather go back and watch old AWA, old wrestling, because that was wrestling. Not this bullshit, this horse shit that they're making us watch in WWE.
I agree.
Nobody wants to see Brock Lesnar in the main event of WrestleMania.
How many times do I have to fucking look at Brock Lesnar? Okay, Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. Give me a fucking break, will you, please? Please, can you find 2 other guys to fight each other? Can you?
Is
it possible? And you
See
want to
her.
know why they call me Mad Dog? Okay, this is why. Okay, because I can't keep my fucking mouth shut. It pisses me off when I don't see good wrestling. Amelia should be here because she's the only one on this panel who could calm me down right now. The only one.
Here's the thing about WWE now is
And
you're
my
like you said.
dog and my wife and a banana split and a monster cone from Wildwood, New Jersey. Yes.
You know,
blame Jake.
blame me.
Gotta blame Jake.
Yeah. Um, like I'm trying to say, WWE has merch. They. We will never have good wrestling. Thank
Amelia's right.
you.
We'll
Thank
never
you.
have good wrestling again.
Now they're saying that AEW is trying to be WWE. What about
Well, and that's part of what makes me angry. I had great hopes for AEW when they started. And then they did something that pissed me off. They tried to follow the leader. If the leader is jumping off a bridge, are you going to jump off the bridge right behind him? Or are you going to stand back and wait for him to fall off the bridge so you can claim your rightful place as king of the hill?
the thing is, here's
She's
the thing.
right. We'll never have good wrestling again.
We'll
Amelia's
never have.
absolutely right.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I
Tell
have
me, Jake.
I
Talk to
have
me, Jamming Jake.
sorry. I have an issue with them saying that they're having to bring people from other companies and bring people back for the women's
Yeah.
Royal Rumble because they only had 13 females to do a 30 person. By the way, I love they used her Impact music. They didn't use her WWE music. She had the Impact World title, women's world title. There.
Okay.
That is
Who cares? That's
cares?
my point. Who cares? Nobody cares. You know why nobody cares? Because in 5 minutes there'll be another one to come along. There'll be flavor of the month.
Yeah. You know what? Vince needs not to focus on putting more shows. He needs to focus on keeping the people happy. What's up, Giggle Pickles?
Absolutely.
How you doing?
Hey, Giggles are here. All right, Giggles, how you doing, brother?
That's Pino, but I'm doing good, Giggles, if you're asking.
All right, cool. So what is it, Jake? Talk to me. What? This is the round table. Everything goes on the round table.
Yeah, here's the thing. I've been watching for a long time. I've been watching WWE. I've watched NWA TNA with our boy, Mr. Vince Russo, when he was working there at NWA TNA.
Right. Well, let me ask you a question, Jake. Does wrestling need Vince Russo back?
Vince Russo helped that company, the WCW. He didn't. If it could help a company out.
Okay, go ahead.
If you can help a company out, you need to have it done. Bring somebody that knows it has experience running a fucking company, and I'm sorry for the language.
Yeah. Well, our guest of the night, Lori Burt, Granny Hulkster, is trying to make her way back in. I hope to God she gets in here. We can't see her. I know she's around somewhere, but we can't see her. She's just trying to make her way through again. We are going to do a short show tonight, folks. Jake, we got a few more things to cover. It's getting to be time for another big pay-per-view. So, what are your predictions for the next big one?
I predict there. I'm always going to predict that there's going to be winners and there are going to be losers.
Well, there's a prediction for you.
I'm saying that
Leave
you
it to
know.
psychic Jake. There's going to be winners and there's going to be losers.
I hear that all the time.
I love this kid. I really do.
I'm just trying to keep the peace because we don't know what's going on at Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, no kidding, brother.
Because they're
It's
moving
rough.
into Saudi Arabia, and half the people might not go to Saudi Arabia.
Gonzo said WWE needs any help they can get. You're absolutely right, brother. AEW needs to let Arn and those guys book. Absolutely.
Yeah, Tully, Arn, Dean, Billy Gunn.
Let's see. Arn Agent's really great match. Yes, he does.
Yeah.
The problem is Arn and Tully and Jake and all of those guys, like Billy Gunn. Those guys are all yeah, but they're all with AEW. Here's the problem, though. You can't do old school booking in a new school company because these kids don't know how to work that style. They're young. They weren't trained in that style. They weren't even born when that style was a thing.
Yeah.
The
thing is now they're you didn't back in the day, you didn't even have social media. If you wanted to get your name out to these, you would have to send letters and stuff to promoters. Yeah. I've heard a story on another podcast about Jerry Jarrett.
Okay, talk to me about, what did you hear?
I heard that people go up to him about getting a job. So you might be in the business, but you're not in my business.
Amelia says this generation will never know what true wrestling is. You're absolutely right, kiddo.
Yeah.
They don't have a fucking clue. That's the problem. That's what I was just saying. They don't know how to work that style. They were never trained in that style. They weren't even born when that wrestling style was a thing. You can't take somebody that's 25 years old and have them work like Bulldog Brower or Dick the Bruiser or superstar Billy Graham or Bruno Sammartino. You can't. They'll never understand what that work is like.
That right there.
Giggle Pickles is exactly right. Giggles is exactly right.
What they need to do is instead of trying to teach them, why don't they watch like old shows?
That's what Giggles just says. WWE needs to have new kids watch some old style wrestling. And that's what it all comes down to, Jake.
One of my favorite things.
They don't know how to work, so they need to watch and learn how to work.
Lori's apologizing in the Ref Roundtable.
It's quite all right. Listen, we'll get Granny Hulkster back some other time. That's not a big deal. But thank you, Lori, for trying to work it. We had some problems tonight with Granny Hulkster trying to get on here tonight. We will bring her back. I do want to tell everybody while we have a couple of minutes, Amelia Firecracker Chapman will be back Thursday night with us, along with Jimmy Phillips. We're going to talk about wrestling in Texas, the long and varied and sometimes controversial history of wrestling in Texas. And so we're going to do that Thursday. It's going to be a especially long night. We're going to do about a 2-hour show Thursday night.
Yeah.
So, and Jake will be producing that show. He will not be on air. I will be on air along with Amelia and Jimmy, and Jake is going to produce that show. And
all right.
he always does a fine job.
Yeah.
Hello,
Ladies,
Herb Simmons. Hello, my friend.
the gold standard of
The
wrestling
gold
promoter,
standard of wrestling promoters is in the chat room.
her
This man's a legend. The
legend.
legendary Herb Simmons. And by the way, former guest on the show. And
Um,
Herb, I have a check going out to your fire department this month, brother. Actually, it's going out this week, brother.
yeah. Here's the thing. We have had so many awesome people on this show. Before
We've had a long history on the show, haven't
we
we?
have had Dominic DeNucci, we have had Herb Simmons, we have had Kachenko. I forget his full name.
Korsita Kachenko.
Vasily Kachenko. We have had
By the
him.
way, I wanted to let you know, Jake, Corsita will be back here with his partner, and they're going to talk about their TV show, Bounty
Big
Hunter Truckers, or whatever it was called.
Big Rig Bounty Hunters.
Big
It was
Rig
on
Bounty Hunters. There you go. I got close, you know.
his.
I got close.
Yeah, and people don't know this about me, but when I was younger, I would help my dad with his big truck. So, and I have a few scrapes. I got in a few scrapes because I fell off of a truck because those steps are hard to get up.
I think Dishwasher put his finger on it in a
Yeah,
nutshell. WWE won't let guys improvise. It's all scripted. And
they won't
I'm
have.
going to address that, Dishwasher. And they don't have a Cornette or Jake Roberts teaching them how to cut a promo. Brother, you said a mouthful. You'll never know how important that was. Here's the problem. There's a problem with this, Dishwasher. The problem is WWE is not in the wrestling business. They're in the television business. And they've
Yeah,
made it very clear they're in the television business. Vince McMahon is not a wrestling promoter. He's a television producer. And he will tell you, he'll be the first to tell you, he's ashamed of the wrestling business. He wants to make movies. There's one problem. He sucks at making movies. WWE Studios is a horrible film studio. Why? Because Vince McMahon insists on managing everything. And he can't because he doesn't know how. There are things Vince does not know how to do. Managing a film studio is one of them. He barely
yeah.
knows how to run a wrestling company. That's part of the problem. The other part of the problem is he doesn't want to do it anymore. So that's fine. If you don't want to do it, let somebody else who cares. Let them do it. There's
You
no
know,
shame in. Listen, Vince, I'm talking to you here, Vince, man to man, one on one. If you don't want to do it anymore, don't fucking do it. Walk away. You're a fucking billionaire. Walk away. You
you
don't
know.
need the money.
Here's the thing, and stop
I'll
doing
shut up
gimmick.
now.
Stop doing those gimmicks like the golden egg gimmick. You know,
I love Pesci. Look at you're the
the,
best, Pesci. I love this kid.
the reason why here's the thing is because I know that I'm right now like I told Angelo in the beginning that I am starting. Can I talk about this?
Go for it.
I am starting to do CBD.
Go for it. Yeah, you can talk about it.
I'm trying a new thing to help me relax, and because I have
What Jake
issues.
is trying to tell you is um he's learning to mellow out in his old age here. What
Yeah,
are you, like 29 years old? How old are you, Jake?
28. I'm 28.
28. He's 28 years old and he's stressed, okay?
Yeah,
So
because
he needs a little something to help take the edge off. When you get
when
to my age, you don't give a shit anymore.
yeah.
That's
You,
the problem.
hey, you can bring yourself back in now.
I can? Well, thank you, Jake. You know, Jake, I can listen to me. I know how to direct the show. Do me a favor. Just shut up and talk wrestling, okay?
All
Let me
right.
handle this.
Sorry.
He's telling me what to do now. All right, this is how things work around here. Go ahead.
No, you're the boss. I'm just trying to help you.
Really? Wow. No shit. Um,
You're the one that signs you're the one that signs the checks every month.
brother, we could go crazy with that one. Um, so
Sorry.
yeah, listen. We got a lot going on. A lot of shows coming up. Tonight's show, we apologize for it. Um, Lori, Granny Hulkster, couldn't be with us tonight. She
We
she,
we
she
have.
was she was here.
I think I know what the
So
problem was. Is because she's used to. Where you used to do these shows on Skype.
yeah, but we're doing a little something different now.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Um.
Jake, what do you want to tell everybody?
I just want to say, you know what? What doesn't kill us makes us stronger, and you haven't seen nothing yet.
Absolutely,
Because this
absolutely,
this is the new era of wrestling with the future in the reps roundtable, and
absolutely.
you know what we there's a few people that I want to get the ball. I want to try to get boss to contact for me because I don't have their information.
Who's that, Jake?
One of them is I want to meet Rico.
Okay,
Rico.
we can get Rico. I'll get you, Rico.
Also, one of the other people that I want to get, I've seen. I am awesome. Thank you, GP.
He's also very humble. Can you tell?
Um, I want to say that Mad Dog, you always say quality over quantity.
I say that every day, brother.
I start to realize that I'm doing so many shows. Don't want to use that expletive over here.
Well, you're starting to do quality shows.
Yes.
You know, you do a better show if you didn't like make me mad, but everybody knows it takes a lot to get me pissed off.
The,
Um,
the thing
I'm
is,
a
we
professional broadcaster. I'm also
yeah,
a perfectionist. I like things done right, and I want them done right the first time.
first time.
I don't like having to tell somebody two or three times.
All
Because if
right.
I have to do that, I'm going to raise my voice. I'm going to get pissed off. Anyway,
Yeah,
on
and
that note, just a reminder we will be here Thursday with Jimmy Phillips and Firecracker Chapman and, of course, Jam and Jake Hudson. We're going to talk about the long and varied and sometimes controversial history of wrestling in Texas. And we may have a special surprise, might have the legendary Eddie Mansfield join us on Thursday night. And I think Eddie may join us
yeah,
because I talked
you
to him
know,
the other day and he said, let me know.
uh, one of the things is this show where we're preserving history.
That's what I'm supposed to do.
We,
That's what
we,
that's what my job is. I'm supposed to preserve wrestling history. That's
yeah,
why I tell people I don't care too much about today's product. As long as you don't screw with the past, you can do whatever you want now because I don't watch it anyway. Okay. I don't watch wrestling. I can't stand to watch it for more than like 10 minutes. I got to turn it off. I'll go on the YouTube, however, and watch matches from 40, 50 years ago when I was a kid. And I'm enjoying it. I like watching my heroes. You know, they're all gone. All of my heroes are gone. But look, it's like anything else. Time marches on and stops for no one.
yeah,
However, I don't have to like it. Okay.
yeah.
I don't have to like it. and I don't like it.
Jimmy, sorry.
What the hell happened there? Where'd that come from? What the
I didn't
hell?
do it.
Brother, I don't know, man. That's like, what the? That was magic. Holy shit. That was scary, too. That came out of nowhere.
Hey, by the way, Jimmy Thunder said something.
What'd Jimmy say? Jimmy Thunder from Under. Let me see, Jimmy. Where you at, brother?
It's on the screen.
Oh, it's on the screen. Oh, you got it. Okay. Anyone know if it's CB Thunder? Yeah, get in touch with Jake or get a hold of Jimmy Thunder from Down Under. I will let him negotiate my sponsorship. Jimmy, that's a shout out to you, brother. If you know a sponsor wants to hit up the show, I'm all ears, bro. I'm all ears. Absolutely. Want to be a guest on the show? Here's how. Email me at wrestlingwiththefuture@gmail.com. Tell me what you want to talk about, and we will do it.
And also, I just want to say that this show is, expect it when you do a live show like this. I got told one thing: expect the unexpected.
Absolutely. On that note, for Jam and Jake Hudson, I'm Mad Dog DeCipio. This is the Refs Roundtable, and we'll see you next time as we all continue to wrestle with the future. Good night, everybody.